Hi everybody, welcome to another video. If you watched my last video, you would have seen that I was up in Tentsmuir Beach. The reasons why, etc. are in the last video, so I'll link to that here. But basically I'm up here working, and the job I was doing last week got cancelled, cut short, and I had to come back again this week. Rather than come for sunrise again, what I thought I'd do is I'd aim for high tide instead. So it's about 20 minutes after high tide. I've got 3 hours to kill before I have to be somewhere else in Fife. So I thought I'll come back here to Tentsmuir, and I thought I'd try my hand at doing some long exposure shots of the water. Right, so last week when I was here, I went down this way, but I'm thinking I'm going to go this way today. Yeah, I think my audio is going to be pretty naff in this. The small mic I use for connecting to this camera is broken. So I'm not sure if this is working or not, but I've been hoping for a little bit of wind for the, not me, you understand the weather. I've been hoping for a little more wind so we could get some movement in the clouds, but that's not happened either. And the light's a little bit flat, and it's dull and overcast, so not ideal conditions, but I'm sure we'll get some shots. I quite like these, which I'm guessing are young fir trees starting to reclaim the marsh here. It's like a forest in miniature. It's nice. The waves actually look quite large today. Seems to be a lot of people along there, so I'm going to concentrate on this part. I think we must have a sandbank just off the coast here, because there's a lot of breaking waves, which is exactly what I'm after. So, get the telephoto lens out and see if we can grab some shots here. Yeah, we've got some quite sizable waves coming in, but unfortunately there's no foreground interest, nothing to give them scale, nothing to place in front to make it a more interesting image. Some quite big waves though. There's this little sand bank here. I'm going to go out on that on the off chance that that'll get me a little bit closer to the waves. And maybe instead of sticking them in front of something, I might be able to just fill the frame with them. Plan B, right? Okay, right, I've decided on a composition here. I'm using these little cuts into the sand by the running water, as foreground interest, and then I'm including this little area where the waves are breaking. I think that's where there's a sandbank and the waves are breaking up, and then obviously we've got this little bit of dry sand here as well to add a little bit more interest to the shot. Yeah, I quite like this. I'm just taking a few shots. So we've got this as foreground interest. The waves are going to blur hopefully because I've got the 10 stop filter on there, so that should really blur those waves, and I'm hoping that that's going to make for quite an interesting shot. I might try and get lower, closer to the grooves in the sand, really emphasise them a bit more, but at the moment I'm trying to take wider shots so that I include as much as possible of these waves, because the waves I'm thinking are quite interesting as well. So yeah, we'll experiment this. I quite like this. There's a lot going on, but I think once you stick the 10 stop on and you blur a lot of the motion, I think it might look quite nice. That's the theory anyway. Okay, what I've done here is I've switched over to vertical format, and I've still got the 10 stop filter on, but I'm trying to emphasise the cuttings in the sand, and also to include this little S-bend here and those waves that are breaking just offshore. So I'm taking this series. I'll let you see that in the back of the camera. It's a bit dark just now because of the 10 stop, but it's looking quite nice. It's looking quite ethereal. We're on a 15-second exposure, so that's really going to hopefully blur the motion in the water there. And I'm focused on these markings. So with a bit of luck, that should look quite nice. Famous last words. I'm thinking black and white for this. Even though, well, I mean, there's not much colour anyway, but I'm thinking a black and white might add to the kind of ethereal mood of the shot. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. After taking another couple of exposures, what I'm going to do is get a little bit higher. The tripod's pretty much at its highest point here. I might get a little bit higher, but a little bit further back, and then kind of zoom in a little bit more so that you get the kind of compressed distance, and we'll see if that can maybe, you know, compress that a little bit and include more details from the waves. Yeah, I've done that. I've moved back slightly and got a little bit higher and increased the focal length a wee bit, so to try and compress in a little bit of the detail. I'm still focused on the grooves in the sand, but now I think I'm getting a little bit more of the breaking waves in the shot. I think I might actually turn the angle slightly a wee bit more over this way as well, because the best of the waves seem to be breaking in this general direction now. So I might do that once this shot's taken. Just what every beach needs, eh? World War II pillbox. So light in the forest isn't great, as you can tell. It's very peaceful. There's not a breath of wind. And for some reason no birds singing.